Oh, I love that song. It was my MO throughout most of my life. How are you all? I am so excited to be here. Pretty funny women. Great class. Great class. Lisa, you rock. So I have a funny story about pretty funny women. So my neighbor Megan said, you should take this class. And I was like, I don't know. She's like, no, really. You really should. I was like, okay. A couple people in my life have said to me, you're pretty funny. So I was like, all right, I'll take it. And I sat in the back, way back, last row, and all of a sudden, all of these pretty women started walking in. And I look at Megan, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in this class? Are you kidding me? And she's like, don't worry about it, it's okay. I knew you wouldn't come if you thought that. Hello? This is my dress. Thank you. So, I left the class the first night and I called my little brother, who is right there, my biggest supporter in the entire world. And I got on the phone and I said, Danny, oh my God, holy shit, this class is pretty funny women. He's like, well, pretty funny. I'm like, no, Danny, it's pretty, comma, funny women. I never saw the comma. Dead silence on the other end. Dead silence. And then he says, so, are you going to keep going? I'm like, yeah, hello. I paid the money. Shit, yeah. So, pretty is a complex for me. I grew up with 3 brothers. I don't own a dress. I never have in my whole life. I once was in Provincetown with a friend of mine who is a model. And I said, how would you describe my style? And she said, Jenny, I look at you and I kind of think boxy. All right, that works for me. Boxy is good. Also in my head often when anybody talks about a dress, and I feel like I totally pulled up my pants here. When I think about a dress, I think of my mom. And my mom is a beautiful flight attendant, wonderful lady. And she liked to get dressed up. And she'd say to me, Jenny, if you just wore a dress and put on some makeup, you would be so much prettier. Or she'd say to me, Jenny, if you put on a dress, wore some makeup, and did something with your hair, you would be better. And I think to myself, you do all that, and you're not a better mother, so I don't know. Just saying out loud. I play this what-if game in my head, and first I have to say I've been with a company for 23 years, and I love my job. But every once in a while, I think to myself, what if I just quit my job? What if I just jumped off the cliff and started a whole new career? What would that look like? And I get a little excited, and then Dana, my mom, gets in my head. Jenny, we are so proud of you. We never thought you'd amount to anything. After all, you were such an alcoholic drug addict in high school. God, I hope you're with this job forever. And I'm like, oh shit. But here's the thing. And maybe you guys can help me with this. I need to let this go, because my mom's dead. I need to move on a little bit, But she was right about one thing. I was quite the stoner when I was younger. I gave my parents every gray hair on their head. And I can remember I got thrown out of, let me do this right, Mother McCauley High School. And I ended up going to a public high school in Chicago. And it was my mom's alma mater, so she was so proud of me. And she was like, Jenny, don't forget, tomorrow is Parent Teacher Conference Day. And I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Shit. So I go with it. I'm going to work it. I'm going to hope that some miracle happens. And my mom gets all dolled up, and she looks gorgeous, and she walks up, and she says, "Hi, Mr. Luzzo. My name's Dana. I'm so excited to hear about Janny's progress and how she's doing in your history class." And Mr. Luzzo looked at my mom and said, "Dana, it's so great to meet you. But, you know what? I don't know your daughter." But I got sober at 23. I checked myself into a rehab center. Swear to God, I've been sober 29 years. Thank you. And I got sober, and when I was 23, I checked myself into a rehab center on the south side of Chicago. Walked in, locked unit, can't leave. And all of a sudden, I realized I'm in there with a bunch of firefighters, and it's me. And I learned a lot about alcoholism and firefighting. It was awesome. And my mom, the last week of the thing, you get to go out on a gig, or you get to go out for brunch. So my mom was like, "Well, I'll pick you up about 9. She picks me up. She's totally quiet in the room. She drives out, or she's totally quiet as we're driving, I'm sorry. And get to the restaurant. She leans over her menu. She goes, "Janny, I'm really nervous. Do you mind if I have a drink?" "Mom, I haven't seen a drink in 28 days. Really? You want to have a drink?" She's like, "Honey, I don't have the problem. You do." So I will leave with this. My mom was a great lady. She was hysterical. She was compassionate. She's why I'm standing here tonight. But she was also a hypochondriac. And she used to have a disease every other day. I have sister cystitis, whatever the hell that was. So about 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. She smoked like a fiend her whole life. And so we're sitting there, and probably 3 weeks after she'd been diagnosed, and she's sitting and she's just smoking. I said, "Mom, do you really want to smoke like that?" And she's like, "Really? Are you going to critique me now?" Okay, you're right. So I said to her, "Listen, all your life you've worn that angel pin. It's your protector. It's kept you free from flights. They're safe on flights, the whole 9 yards. You take it off, you put it on, you take it off, you put it on for years and years and years. Do you mind if I have that angel pin?" And she looked at me, she goes, "Janny, I threw her away. She wasn't doing me any good. I don't even know where she is." Thank you very much.